Hello class, and welcome to a quick informational video about the first research paper. I want to take a little time here to go over the goals of the first research paper. Of course, one of the main goals is to find new information on a scientific topic of your choice. I want to emphasize this idea that it's new information, that it's not information that you're repeating that we've already gone over from the course. That's why it's called a research paper. This paper should be based on research that you've done. Then you will write a clear, focused, and well-organized essay that indicates you thoroughly understand your source material and topic. That means that while you're writing, you should be writing for a peer in the class. That means someone else who is not a science major, someone else who does not know intimately about your topic. And that if you write clearly and in a well-organized way, you should be able to explain simply complex concepts which you might find in these essays. So what I'm really hoping to see when I read these essays is that you have a thorough understanding of your topic and you can articulate that in a way which can be understood easily. The topics you have to choose from are world human population growth, ozone layer destruction, Greenland Viking demise, or you can design your own topic. Of course, your topic has to be approved by me if you do not choose one of the above three topics. If you've decided that you want to design your own, please run it by me. And the reason for that is I want to make sure that you're not writing about something that doesn't relate to the class. Sources. For the first essay, you only need to read and cite one scientific paper in your essay. Scientific papers are considered peer-reviewed and contain a bibliography or a list of references at the end. You may use textbooks for your scientific references, but not the textbook for this class. Here are some examples of scientific journals which I suggest. Nature, Science, these are the top two very highly regarded, esteemed journals that you can research on Google Scholar, that you can research on the library website for Chico State. References need to be done and your bibliography needs to be included at the end of your essay, and the format for your references need to be done in AMS. AMS stands for American Meteorological Society. And at the end of the research essay 1 description, I give details about how to cite a journal, how to cite a book, or how to cite other types of resources in the AMS format. I've also posted a web link in the research essays content area on Blackboard Learn, which will link you to an AMS website that gives you more information about the exact organization of AMS references. And finally, here we have the rubric which I will use to grade your first research essay. You can see that there are three major components: structure, content, and references. Here on the left, structure, max points 50, content, max points 30, references, max points 20. And then there are certain percentages of completion. 0. What does it mean if you get a 0 on structure? Well, it means that there's no coherent structure. Your paper is too short or too long. If you get 100% on the opposite end of the spectrum, it means you have a well-structured, coherent paper with an intro, a body, a conclusion, that definitions are clearly defined before you go into description of the topics, that you've met the length limits, and that every paragraph has a thesis and a transition sentence. I will be going over in detail the structural requirements for the paper in another video that I will post that will be called How to Write the First Research Essay. You'll notice that I am weighting the structure as being the most important part of this first essay, and the reason for that is that I want to make sure you understand how to organize your thoughts. The content is going to take backseat in this essay, and then your references is going to be worth the least in terms of the number of points. This will switch up a little bit when we get to the second essay, and content will be weighted more heavily. But really, I want you to focus on creating the precise structure for this research essay, which includes an introduction, a body, and a conclusion, and thesis sentence in every paragraph, and transition sentences. This is really important for creating a clear, concise, and well-organized paper, one of the tenets of our scientific writing in this class. All right, hope you've enjoyed the quick tutorial about research paper. Now please go ahead and watch the next video, which will be about expectations of the actual structure and how to use quotes and how to use AMS to complete the first research essay.